It is generally agreed that Galactus is one of the most dangerous entities in the universe. He has existed since before this version of the universe, and over his lengthy existence, he has been responsible for the destruction of a huge number of worlds. Galactus's acts are not driven by malice, since he is simply trying to preserve his existence and keep the universe in a state of balance. This is the sole reason for Galactus's actions. It is quite rare for someone to be successful in stopping someone like him, even the fact that some were able to do so. On the other side, here's a list of the top 10 Fantastic Four villains that are readily capable of eliminating Galactus, which may sound improbable, but is actually very possible to do. Mr. Fantastic. This individual embodies the very definition of a character who can defeat Galactus just by the power of their mental abilities. Reed Richards and the Fantastic Four are among the few other heroes who have frequent encounters with the villain known as the World Eater. In spite of this, there's only one member of the Fantastic Four that is capable of taking on Galactus all by themselves, and the reason for this is due to the extraordinary amount of intellect that characterizes him. The intellect possessed by Mr. Fantastic is exactly what is required in order to prevail against the Purple Spaceman. Reed has to have some form of backup plan ready to go in the event that he returns again after their repeated contact while protecting the Earth and other planets from him throughout their efforts to protect those worlds. This strategy needs to be something that offers rapid and immediate defense against Galactus. He has what can only be described as one of the most brilliant brains in the universe, and on top of that, he's an outstanding tactician. Molecule Man. He's a relatively unknown villain that has an incredible power to control his own matter on an atomic level, in addition to the matter of other people. He is capable of breaking down a human being molecule by molecule into their component parts. When someone says words like that, it doesn't sound like someone who could battle Galactus, does it? Even while it may seem absurd to assume that one person is capable of defeating an intergalactic cosmic planet eater, this one person does have the potential to exert influence on the chemical composition of another human being. Molecule Man has the potential to dismantle Galactus, but only if the Mad Titan does not have a chance to eliminate him first. The Beyonder. It is a creature that is a member of a race of beings that are from another planet and have great abilities that make them nearly seem like gods to civilizations that are not as advanced as his own. The Beyonder has conducted a lot of competitions just out of his natural interest over the characteristics that set apart the good folks from the terrible man on Earth. He has assembled a big number of heroes and villains on a planet that he had built and named Battle World so that they could compete against one another to find out which side would emerge triumphant. It is an extremely reasonable assumption that the Beyonder would be able to prevail in a fight against Galactus if the latter came looking for one, given that he possesses powers that are significantly beyond what the majority of creatures are capable of doing. These powers allow him to go beyond space and time. For him, this scenario would be no different from any other day at the office, since he is able to deal with Galactus in a number of various ways. The Impossible Man. The Impossible Man is a shape-shifting extraterrestrial that originates from the planet Pop-Up. He possesses the ability to take on the appearance of any animal or object that he chooses. In addition, he has the ability to mimic the skills and talents of other beings, which adds to the fearsome sum total of his strength. Because the Impossible Man has the ability to teleport between dimensions, he is unrestricted in his movement between Earth, the Negative Zone, and either his home planet or the world he originated from, regardless of which one he chooses. He is not as much of a threat as others, but rather he is a source of mischief and disturbance and is always looking for attention. Annihilus. Because of his insect-like armor, Annihilus, who originates from the Negative Zone, is one of the Fantastic Four's most formidable and durable foes. Due to the fact that he is able to fly and conduct operations in space, he is in the unique position of being able to freely navigate between dimensions even during major events such as Annihilation. The Cosmic Control Rod, a weapon that has the ability to exert control over both matter and energy, is by far the most potent items in his arsenal. The extra benefit that the rod affords him is that it augments the vital energy that he already has, thereby bestowing upon him the gift of virtual immortality. Mephisto. In spite of the fact that the writers of the Marvel realm are certain that he is not the devil, he performs many of the same tasks as the devil in that universe. However, in appearance, he is similar to the conventional portrayals of the devil, which show him as a big, red, demonic-appearing creature that works in his realm, which he refers to as Hell. He is able to take the souls of humans as well as the souls of other animals, but the souls of superheroes in particular fascinate him and he seeks to possess them. Once he has them in his hands, he will torture and play with them for all of the eternity, since they will never be able to get away from him, no matter what they do. In addition to his abilities, he can teleport, manipulate and create fire, plant illusions in the minds of others, and do a great deal more besides. The first time Mephisto was met was in issue number 3 of Silver Surfer. However, he went on to combat the Fantastic Four on numerous occasions, the most noteworthy of which was when he tried to capture Franklin Richards' soul and imprison it in Hell. Abraxas. Because of Galactus, the enormous cosmic monster known as Abraxas, who is also referred to as Darkman, was concealed from view for a significant amount of time. The annihilation of all possible realities is the one and only objective that Darkman has set for himself. On the other hand, in order for him to do this, he needs Ultimate Nullifier. Because of the immense strength he obtained through his discovery of Nullifier, Abraxas was able to eradicate Galactus from any and all realities when he found out about Nullifier. Dr. Doom. It is generally agreed upon that Dr. Victor Von Doom is the most dangerous adversary that the Fantastic Four have ever faced, and that he is widely recognized as one of the most dangerous adversaries in all of the Marvel Universe. He is a bright scientist who is also interested in witchcraft and technology. Both of these things excite him. However, his unquenchable thirst for power has brought him into direct confrontation with the Fantastic Four on more than one occasion. Throughout their time as college students, Reed and Victor lived together in the same dorm room. At one point, Reed attempted to inform Dredd about a flaw in the possibly fatal experiment that Gloom was doing, but Doom ignored his advice. The experiment led to the explosion that took place in Victor's face, which was a direct result of the experiment, and it was this damage that forced him to wear that infamous mask. Reed was made to take responsibility for what had occurred, and Doom vowed to remove him as soon as possible. Hyperstorm. The supervillain known as Hyperstorm appeared in the timeline shown in Days of Future Past. He is from a future of an alternative universe and has incredible strength. In his version of events, a highly intelligent species of robots known as the Sentinels conquered Earth, enslaving all humans and mutants on the globe and assuming control of its government, but that didn't last long. Because of his extraordinary mental abilities, he was able to subjugate and rule over all of the inhabited worlds in his universe. After he had accomplished that, he made the decision to go back in time and carry on his conquest in that era as well. However, his abilities extend beyond those of a telepath or psychic. The fact that he is able to control all forms of matter and force all the way down to the subatomic level is an unfathomable ability, since it enables him to make and destroy any form of matter just by thinking about doing so. In addition to this, he is a great scientist who is capable of developing a time machine, which makes him one of the most formidable foes of the Fantastic Four has ever faced. Aron the Watcher. You would be mistaken if you assumed there was just one Watcher watching over everything in the universe. The Watchers are a race of eternal cosmic creatures that see everything that occurs in the cosmos. However, they are unable to intervene with anything that occurs, which is why they get their name, the Watchers. Aron was a Watcher who was captivated by the Fantastic Four, which ultimately led him to break the Watchers' code and interfere with the Fantastic Four's universe by, among other things, creating clones of the Fantastic Four, interfering with events in their universe to ruin their reputation, and many other things. The Watchers have incredible abilities, such as having psychic abilities, being able to teleport, shooting very powerful beams of cosmic energy, and a great deal more. These abilities are incomprehensible to most people. However, due to the fact that he was still a young Watcher, he lacked the necessary level of self-control, knowledge, and experience to make effective use of his abilities. Aron's tampering with the multiverse was finally put to a stop when another Watcher transformed him into energy at the conclusion of the day. Watu, one of the more senior Watchers, was revealed to be the one who was responsible for Aron's demise in the most recent episode of the Marvel Cinematic Universe television series, What If? This concludes the in-depth listing of the top 10 Fantastic Four villains that are readily capable of killing Galactus. So click the like button if you'd like to see more videos just like the one you're watching now. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll be waiting for you in the next video.